My sister smashed all of my 7-year-old daughter's birthday gifts. The guests were shocked. My mom laughed and told my daughter, "This is the punishment." Last weekend was my daughter Lily's 7th birthday. We kept it simple, backyard party, a few balloons, cupcakes, her friends from school, and some family. Lily had been counting down for weeks. She woke up that morning at 6 a.m. and crawled into my bed whispering, "Is it today yet?" By noon, the house was full. Kids running around, wrapping paper everywhere. That loud, happy chaos that comes with birthday parties. The kind where you can't hear yourself think, but you don't want it any other way. My sister Rachel showed up late, like she usually does. No gift in hand, just her purse and that tight smile she gets when she's already irritated about something. She leaned down to Lily and said, "7, huh? Big girl now." Lily nodded, shy but excited. "Do you want to see my presents?" Rachel gave a small shrug. "We'll see." I remember noticing it, that tone, but I let it go. I had juice boxes to hand out, candles to light, kids asking for more frosting. After we sang and Lily blew out her candles, it was time for presents. She sat cross-legged on the living room floor, surrounded by her friends, a couple of parents lingering with their phones out, recording. She was careful with each gift, not ripping things open like most kids, peeling tape slowly, reading the cards, saying thank you without being prompted. At one point, she opened a big pink art set she'd been talking about for weeks. Her whole face changed. "Mom, look, it's the big one." I smiled. "I see it, baby." She hugged it to her chest like it mattered. That's when Rachel spoke from the couch. "Did you clean your room this morning like your mom told you to?" The room shifted. Not fully quiet, but enough. Conversation slowed. A couple of heads turned. Lily froze. I was going to after? Rachel cut in, sitting forward. "Or you just decided you didn't feel like it?" I stepped in. "Rachel, not right now." But she was already on her feet. "No, actually, right now is perfect," she said, walking closer. "This is exactly the problem. She gets rewarded when she hasn't done what she's supposed to." "It's her birthday," I said. "And?" She shot back. "That doesn't erase rules." Lily looked at me, then back at Rachel, still holding the box. "Rachel, sit down," I said, trying to keep my voice low. She didn't. She bent down, pulled the art set out of Lily's hands, and slammed it onto the floor. The crack was loud. Plastic split. Markers rolled in every direction. Nobody moved. "Rachel, what are you doing?" I stepped forward, but she was already grabbing another box. "This," she said, throwing it down, "is what happens when you don't follow instructions." "Stop!" I said, louder now. She didn't stop. One after another, boxes, toys, things people had just handed Lily with smiles and hugs. She smashed them onto the hardwood floor. Some broke open, some didn't, but none of them were the same anymore. A kid near the door started crying. One of the moms pulled her closer. Lily just sat there at first, like her brain hadn't caught up yet. Then her face folded in on itself, and the sound came out. Small, shaky sobs. I grabbed Rachel's arm. "You need to leave, now." She yanked her arm back. "I'm teaching her something you clearly won't." "You're done," I said. Before she could answer, my mom laughed from the dining table. Actually laughed. "Well," she said, taking a sip of her drink, "maybe now she'll listen next time." I turned to her. "Are you serious?" She shrugged. "Kids need consequences." Lily looked at her, crying harder now. "Grandma, why?" My mom didn't hesitate. "This is the punishment." Something in me just went quiet. I didn't argue. I didn't yell. I walked over, picked Lily up, and carried her to my bedroom. She wrapped her arms around my neck, still crying into my shoulder. I locked the door. She kept asking, over and over, "Did I do something bad?" I just kept saying, No, you didn't." When I came back out, the house had changed. The noise was gone. People were grabbing their things, speaking in low voices, avoiding looking directly at me. One of the moms touched my arm on her way out. "I'm so sorry." Rachel was standing in the middle of the room, like none of it mattered. "You overreacted," she said. I didn't respond. I just walked to the door, opened it, and held it there. "Get out." She rolled her eyes but left. My mom followed not long after, muttering something about me being too soft. The house felt empty after. Not quiet in a peaceful way, just off. Broken things on the floor, half-eaten cake on plates, balloons still floating like nothing had happened. That night, after Lily finally fell asleep, I cleaned everything up. I picked up pieces, sorted what could be taped back together, threw away what couldn't. I didn't rush. I took my time. The next morning, I gathered every single thing my mom had ever given us. Clothes, toys, random gifts from holidays, packed them into boxes, and drove over. She opened the door, confused. "What is all this?" I walked inside and set the boxes down. "I'm returning everything," I said. She frowned. "Don't be dramatic." I looked around her living room. Same furniture, same decorations she was always so careful about. My hand landed on a vase from her side table. She noticed. "Don't." I let it fall. It hit the floor and shattered. She gasped. "What are you doing?" I looked at her. "Consequences." Then I walked out. I blocked her number before I got to my car.